Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television.
Sacramento this evening for Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week, and we have a dynamite doubleheader for you tonight. A girls-boys twin bill, and we're just about ready for starting lineups of the opening game of this twin bill. Powerhouse Centennial of Las Vegas taking on host Sacramento High School. And it's a pleasure to be back in the big house called Hotel Pavilion. Good evening and welcome to Hotel Pavilion here at Sac High. Alongside Lauren Goodman, I'm Will James, and I'm not exaggerating about the power in this doubleheader we've got here. Centennial, a six-time state champ out of Nevada, and of course, hometown Sacramento High School, always perennial when it comes to a big playoff push. Let's take a look at starting lineups now. First for the visitors, under 16-year head coach Karen Whites, and she again, despite graduating 9 seniors, has a powerhouse team. And certainly the diminutive yet excellent Puma Pot and Isbell, 2 combo guards that are versatile. Etheridge has just earlier in the year signed to go to UNLV. And then Phillips and Walker, 2 outstanding athletic and physical forwards that will pose problems to any front line. Now head coach Michelle Massari is in her 10th year here at Sac High and has left a trail of success. Speedy McMillan opens at the point and sharing backcourt duties with 3-ball gunner Rebecca Brown. And Avent here I see inserted into the starting lineup, but there was a late change. We'll keep you updated. Toller, who's coming off a big game a week ago with a 20-10 production, earning a start tonight, and Ryan Walters, arguably their top all-around player. A good crowd is continuing to stream into Hotel Pavilion, the largest gymnasium of any high school in the entire region. A sight to behold for all you historians, and for basketball fans, a true delight. There's no bad seat in the house. The officials are going to have their hands full, Lauren. It's going to be up and down, and then more up and down. Speed to burn for these 2 squads, and they're going to wear out some sneakers this evening. Calling things fair and square tonight, and they're going to be on the spot. Micah Biaggi, our referee, working with umpire Anthony Colantes. We are ready for the jump ball. Teams on the floor at center circle. Up, tapped by Centennial, controlled by Centennial. Push it strong on the first play, and a steal and near turnover. Not quite able to control, but a good effort there. However, Centennial holds on to the rock.
Sac High coming out in this 2-3 zone. Centennial just taking their time, being patient.
Tapped away from behind by Brown, or Walters, I should say, and she takes on 2 defenders and kicks out. On the way, bang! A deep 3-ball drilled by Rebecca Brown. We had just spoken of it.
And that's a great way to start the ball game off. Getting your three-point shooter wide open shot. And the coach from Centennial's not looking happy right now, Will.
I don't imagine Karen Whites has burned a timeout that quick ever, but only a 30.
Masari definitely trying to battle the troops and keep them under control, starting from a great tempo. But Coach Whites is not happy, so we should be impressive. It's a great turnout tonight. A lot of energy, a lot of students out here. Centennial with the inbound.
Okay. 3-0. Dragons.
Crashing the board hard. Ebony Walker with that offensive rebound.
So another opportunity. Corner three. A miss. Wow, nice hustle.
Walker is all over the boards.
Well, she has drawn the most praise, but that's turnover number 2. And the Dragons return the favor.
And I know both coaches right now probably hoping that the players control the tempo. Both big-time ball teams, so they got to control the game early.
3-0, we're just underway, a minute and a half gone. Back rim, no, on a deep three, gunned by Isbell. One and done.
Walters in the break, showing her ability.
They call a foul on that rejection issued strong by Ebony Walker.
And we're going to be having this all night. Ryan Walters loves to get out in the field, pushing up the court. So she is going to be explosive. Can't wait to see what else she does. She's at the line for 2.
Well, that one play epitomizes her aggressiveness on the floor, taking on multiple defenders there and missing number 1. Let's take a look.
And here's Walters again with the nice handle, just getting to the bucket, enough contact to get to the line.
A pair of misses, still 3-zip Sacramento, and they're going to wish they had those points. They'll need them tonight.
Absolutely will. Centennial's just being patient. Sakai running this kind of 2-3 zone, trying to force Centennial to shoot because they obviously have great driving ability.
Wow, an offensive foul, a charge called against their scrappy guard, Pumapot.
And that's the difference sometimes in the game. Players have to sacrifice their bodies, so that was a great play right there to pick up the charge.
Substitutions, and now it's going to force a timeout. And again, second timeout in less than 2 minutes of this ball game. But in a certain sense, Lauren, it's not surprising given the power of these teams and the caution. Let's turn our attention to Rick Stewart. A good-spirited crowd on hand tonight here at Sacramento High School, and it was rousing when we came in and watched the JV game between Sac High and crosstown rival Burbank, and we'll be covering the varsities of those two schools in our nightcap this evening.
That's something this gym is known for, filling up when there's powerhouse schools or there's a rivalry. Spidey with the dribble. And you can tell why they call her Spidey. She's definitely showing that ability to handle it, and there's a lot of speed with it. Great defensive pressure by Centennial.
Swinging around to the corner, left open, but blocked on a great defensive play. Coming out to the corner to reject that. Got to take our cap off to Centennial's outstanding Ebony Walker.
You can tell that both of these teams are powerhouses. They're playing their defensive pressure very tight. So this will be interesting how you see some offense of execution, and hopefully the Bulldogs can get on the scoreboard with this possession.
Edwards picked up the foul. She sits down with one. Still 3-0. Sac High on top after opening with a 3-ball, but nothing since on either end. But nothing but fouls. So Speedy gets called for the foul. McMillan picks up her first, second team foul. Both teams with 2 fouls. Trouble on the inbound. And lob finally comes out from Isbell to get the ball in.
Good patience from Centennial, drawing another foul.
It's clear that they like to show that pump fake look at the bucket and then drive if the defender bites, and a foul on Walters because of that.
They are definitely trying to get the ball inside to Walker, and that's why her athletic ability, she can get to the rim all day.
Slowly but surely, the Dragons working themselves into foul trouble. Harris picked up that foul, and there's already 2 on Walters.
Walter's been trying to get the ball this first half. This is a great way for the Bulldogs to get on the board. She knocks down the first one.
Let's take a look.
Walker just showing her presence. Great spin move on the inside and getting that contact on the wrist. One for 2, but Centennial gets the offensive rebound.
They're very patient in their half-court set, contrast to their transition speed.
And that patience will is probably coming from Nevada does not have a shot clock. So they're probably used to executing their offense, being patient, running it until they get what they can get. But tonight, that 30-second clock is on.
The shot was missed by Etheridge. We mentioned earlier she's already signed to go to UNLV. A steal and a layup off the press. Wow, that was a gift.
And now we got Masari with a quick timeout. She definitely wants to talk to her boss club.
Timeout taken off the bench with that bucket impressively. Taylor Bigby.
And Masari just trying to talk to her team and talk about this press. Centennial's been in this full court pickup, so they definitely need to be patient. Here we go on the replay. Full court pressure. Easy layup. Easy.
That's not the kind of an inbound pass that'll get you in good with your boss. And that may have been addressed just now in that brief timeout. Despite Sacramento in less than 3 minutes picking up 6 fouls, the game is tied at 3.
Centennial staying in just a full court pickup. They're playing man-to-man, trying to apply pressure.
Wow. A bank corner 3. Steal, turnover, 2-on-1. Walters, a miss, but she draws a foul.
And that's what she's so good at. She wants to push in transition, show that fancy ball handling so she can get to the free throw line.
Tylese Taylor picks up the foul. Oh, I see. They called the guard on that foul, Puma Pot. Gee, I don't know if she was even near the play. But I'll give her the foul. Far be it from me. A miss at the stripe on number 1. So far, Walters off to a rocky start. I'd have to attribute that to pregame jitters for such a good ball player. She's already committed 2 fouls and a turnover, and now a miss at the line. 1 out of 2.
And that's just settling in. A big-time game. Always want to get those jitters out in the beginning. Here's Centennial with the patience again.
Bad pass, turnover, Bulldogs. So a 3-ball by Avent that was banked from the corner on a wicked angle has the Dragons on top by 4. Wide open. A miss from the corner. 1 and done. Nice defensive.
And Walker pushing it all the way down the court with nobody stopping her till that tip deflection.
So right now, Rebecca Brown did open with a 3-ball, but she and Walters really need to get it going in the scoring column. They are ahead, and there's back-to-back fouls now.
Ebony Walker is just showing her dominance in the key tonight. And that's a big difference. So those young post players down there for Sac High is going to definitely have to step up, keep her out of that center section.
A miss at the stripe. Both teams shaky at the foul line.
And here she's just showing her presence, getting big and just getting to the sweet spot.
Well, in speaking with Coach Whites, she had nothing but praise for the junior Ebony Walker, who right there dropped 1 out of 2.
I could definitely see why, Will. She is owning that middle piece, and Centennial staying in this full court press.
Sacramento by 3, but they're in serious foul trouble already in less than 4 minutes.
And that's something to worry about. Centennial staying in their man-to-man defense, getting a steal right here.
Wow, good leaping and good quick hands for that turnover. And a nice salvage there. Corner jumper, a long miss.
And Walker just dominating the boards. She has a great sound presence in getting to the ball, getting to where her spot is. This is going to be a long ball game tonight.
7-4 Sac. Here's the Centennial inbound play. Isbell, entry, a whistle and a foul. This time, Mari Gomez, a backup guard who has had excellent production off the bench for Coach Massari. So at the stripe to shoot a pair. Centennial's been up there a lot. Yeah, Jade Harris, right?
Absolutely. She just been, and Centennial's just showing patience. She gets to that middle, then that swipe across the arm. That was a great drive.
One out of 2. 7-5 continued full court pressure.
And Avant loses the handle. Harris with the steal.
Wow.
Little
A
sloppy
return
play.
steal, ball fake, but a miss. Nice flash, but no finish for Avant.
I know both coaches right now want it to be cleaned up. White is furious about the sloppy play, and on the other side, Massari is as well. So teams need to clean it up.
7-5 Dragons in a sloppy first quarter. Whistle and a stoppage, 3-second violation against the Bulldogs. And I must say, I cannot really state that these officials are letting them play. There's been about 15 whistles already in 5 minutes. Up the floor, Walters. Stop and go and a kick out. And a reset. 3:05, flip side of quarter number 1. Nice to have you with us for the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Steal on the run. Take it strong, mismatch. And an obvious charge on the play.
And those are the intangibles right there, Will. Willing to sacrifice your body and get a hard one, because Walker was coming down full head of steam on that one.
Offensive foul call on Ebony Walker.
In a moment, we'll take a look, and here it comes. Ebony Walker, as you say, Lauren, full steam and standing her ground with courage and bravery. Speedy Williams. I should say Speedy McMillan. That was excellent play. Walters kicks. And nice D on Avant, who loses the rock and turns it over. Helter-skelter, ragged play and a block. Wow.
And that's where it's going to be kind of tick-a-tack. It's going to be, you're going to have to take that contact. And right there, Walters just fell a little too soon before the contact came.
Okay.
Just slightly moving.
I'm sure as continuing problems from the foul line, you see there another miss, and something that has to be considered bad news for Sacramento. 3 first quarter fouls on Ryan Walters. Difficult to believe, but it's a true story. 1 out of 2, 7-6.
And again, throughout this game, I want to see how the shot clock presence is going to affect Centennial and the pace that they play at, because there is no shot clock in Nevada. So that's definitely change in how you play in your game plan.
Well, this defense by Centennial has completely disrupted Sac, both in the full court and in their half court set. Another turnover on a ball thrown away wildly by Toller.
Timeout.
And we're getting a full timeout right here from Masari.
Full timeout.
They're trying to straighten it out. In the meantime, we'll check in with Rick Stewart.
All right, let's take a look at our coaching counterparts for both these two teams. First, for Centennial of Las Vegas, that's Karen White's 17th year. Career record of 390 and 39. 6 seasons with 30 or more victories. 6 Division 4A state championships in Nevada for Centennial, Karen White. Let's take a look at Sac High. Michelle Masari, her 10th year. Career record is 198-64. 20-plus wins in 8 of 9 previous seasons. Back-to-back heartbreak losses in NorCal Finals. 2016-17 with St. Francis of Mountain View on a 59-57 overtime. And in 2015-2016, Elk Grove beat them, Sac High, 48-45. We'll be back at the end of the quarter break with a little bit more information on both these two teams. Will, Lauren, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Stewart. Lots of history in the programs headed by these two successful head coaches. Lots of information to sprinkle in, and it'll be continuing throughout the night. Up the floor, Isbell snaps it to the right side with 2:13 to go, late first.
And Centennial, I am enjoying their patience. Even though it's a little sloppy, they're being patient on the offensive end, waiting for executions and sticking to what they do, and they're trying to get that ball on the inside.
Well, that tandem of Deja Phillips, 15, and Walker, 22, is giving Sac all kinds of problems inside. Great jumping and physical, aggressive.
Centennial staying with this full court pressure. It's obviously affecting the Dragons right now, so they need to get it under control and take care of the basketball.
Okay, backpedaling out and resetting Rebecca Brown. Boy, these perimeter defenders are dynamite for the Bulldogs. And a charge against Sac High, and I've never seen a team shackled with this much foul trouble this early, ever.
Well, this just shows you the pressure and the intensity in the game tonight. Both teams, now that's, I think, the 3rd charge tonight, and both teams are sacrificing and willing to do everything on the defensive end. I can't wait till that lid comes off and they start putting some points to it.
My arithmetic has 10 fouls on Sac in the first quarter. Isbell, a long miss. They're 0 for 5 from out there. Rebounding foul against Centennial, and they're going to call the foul on Deja Phillips.
Now this is going to be an adjustment for the coaches and the players. The game is being called tight, so now both teams are very physical. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment. Too many fouls on the foul board.
You saw Coach White along that Centennial bench with her head slightly down, not happy with the way things are going. A 7-6 Dragon lead. Both teams have been inept on offense. Credit the defenses and early game jitters. Etheridge going to UNLV, splits the D, loses the rock, and gets called for another charge.
And that would be charge number 4. You see a lot of energy from the Sac High bench. That's something they probably practice a lot.
Well, I know my math isn't that good, but I did get past basic math, and I'm going to question the total fouls. Here's a steal. 2-1. Unnecessary pump fake. Wow, with the left hand. And a chance for a three-point play. Nice effort there.
From Isabel.
Yep.
Isabel definitely was ready to let the lid off. She's been pulling a few threes. That was a great way to get into the ball game and get that and one bucket.
So that makes it 8-7. It's a go-ahead bucket. Centennial with its first lead of the ball game. And she cannot click on the three-point play.
Again, that tandem of Phillips and Walker controlling the offensive boards.
And those were two of the players that head coach Michelle Massari was most concerned about coming into this game.
I definitely understand why.
Etheridge a miss from deep range.
There's another offensive rebound by Phillips.
Yep. And let's see who they award this one to. Etheridge did not go for the rock, but to try to show that they tapped it out, but the ref didn't buy it. So it's sack ball, 8-7, less than a minute to go here in the first. And a steal on the inbound. Etheridge took it. Isbell penetrate, a floater, missed. At Chapaway, they've got the quickest hands I've seen in a long time. Another turnover. Wow. I'll tell you, Etheridge had the ball fake going on that one, and Toller.
We got a full house tonight.
Crowd continuing to come in here to Hotel Pavilion at Sac High. FYI, in case it's gotten past you, Sacramento High School, the oldest high school west of the Mississippi. And wonderful architecture here that bears that out. So to the stripe, it's Etheridge.
And with that foul, Centennial got in the double bonus. So they're going to be shooting 2 for the rest of this half.
First free throw bobbles around and falls for Etheridge. I think that's her first point of the game, if my card is correct. Usually I don't use the word atrocious, but tonight the free throw shooting has been just that, by both teams.
With the free throws, the turnovers, and the fouls.
Thank you. The big three.
The big three.
Yeah, those are the ones they call coach killers, I think. Nothing you can do about it but sit there and try to stay calm. Easier said than done. 9-7 Centennial, 31 seconds left here in the first, and back to the stripe, Deja Phillips. Another clunker, a board buster.
That was the 11th team foul for Sacramento High School, so they're going to have to keep off the fouling, and then the next foul will put Sac High in the bonus. So there is going to be a lot of free throws.
Addison Mellon into the ball game, number 1 for Centennial. Both coaches have, I think, played everybody except one player. 1 out of 2 from there.
Makes sense. It's still early in the game, and there's no control of the game, so everybody can get an opportunity. And there's another foul.
This may set a record for first quarter fouls. So Isbell called for the foul, her second. You know, this might be one of those games, Lauren, where neither team will finish with 5 on the floor.
It's usually like that when you get 2 big powerhouses. Both top players right now are in foul trouble or showing a lot of fouls, so teams are being reserved. Once we get closer to the end, you'll see some different change-ups.
Well, Toller shakes off the rust, so to speak. Trying to make something happen at the stripe. 1 out of 2. 10-9, 25 seconds. Mellon, a lob wildly, and run down and saved by Isbell. Out of bounds, off the hands of Ebony Walker. When was the last time you saw 17 fouls in the first quarter? Avent, wheel and deal. Yeah.
And that's what she wants to do, get out on the break and show those fancy moves. and score, and that was pretty fancy, Will.
11-10. Mellon. Another miss from deep range, and this quarter has ended. And in spite of some amazing futility, the Dragons take a 1-point lead after one. 11-10. Let's go to Rick Stewart.
All righty, thanks, guys. Let's take a look at the last meeting between these two teams. That was on December 20th, 2011 at the Nike TOC tournament. That's in Las Vegas. Centennial defeated Sacramento 61-54. Sacramento fell despite 3 of the Lady Dragons scoring in double figures. That was Durr, Ware, and Womack that all had double figures in 2011. Now let's look at the last outings between these two teams. And these are both on last Tuesday. Centennial 84-31 over Legacy. The Bulldogs barked, bit, dominated, and devoured the Longhorns. Now Sacramento took care of Laguna Creek, and that score you see there is wrong. Laguna Creek lost 86-11. The Dragons breathed fire and fury, and what did that do? It incinerated the Cardinals. Guys, we'll take a look at some other things later on, but the series history between these two teams, just a one meeting in 2011. Will, Lauren, back to you.
Well, I wasn't around to see the one in 2011 down in Las Vegas at the Nike Invitational, but we're here today for Volume 2, Centennial and Sacramento, as we open second quarter play. Deep J on the way, a short, a miss, taken by Brown. Mellon, and that's their first 3 of the game after 8 misses. Whistle and a foul.
And Whites is not happy right now. She is furious.
All right, keep working.
Well, that's 3 fouls on her ace combo guard, Bomapot. So both clubs in serious foul trouble. Walters at the stripe is hanging on by her fingernails with 3 fouls.
And this is an important time. Those moments when you've been practicing those free throws, that needs to come in handy right now.
2 for 2. Let's see if Walters is settled down.
Now Sakai changing up the defensive look here to apply pressure.
Oh my goodness.
But there's Phillips again on the offensive rebound. Nobody is trying to stop her tonight.
That was excellent board work there, and Jay Thomas missed the chippy, but at the stripe, Phillips trying to clean up and hits number 1.
And again, that free throw presence, it's very difficult now because there's a lot of time on the clock, but the clock is stopping every 30 seconds, every minute, because both teams are in the bonus. So you have to make these free throws right now. It's very important. Both coaches making rotations and adjustments because of all these fouls.
Steady and fire, number 2, got them both. Well, signs of hope. 2 for 2 for Phillips. She's 3 out of 6, as is Ryan Walters of Sac. 15-13.
And Walters being patient, running the point, turnover.
Another turnover, and they turn it into an easy fast break layup with Etheridge.
Walker leading the way in that. Nervous about picking up another foul.
Walters works right against Ebony. Cross court, Avent down.
Avent being a sniper tonight. That was a great find by Walters.
17-16, Centennial by 1. Here's a poke away and a steal. Transition is shut down. Early second quarter, both teams have done a good job of unraveling early in this game, trying to pull it together.
And now this one is scary right here. We got 2 players in foul trouble, battling against each other. And there's Avent again.
Well, she's feeling it. That is precisely what they need, was some scoring punch. She's got 3 threes and 11 points. Ball fake again. You know, these Centennial guards are very scrappy and heady out there. Well, Avant knows how to hit the long ones. And there's one. She's got 3 of them tonight. And here's from the opposite side. Bang, bang.
Isabel getting back to the line. And she's been really efficient tonight. Trying to take care of the basketball, getting to the rim when she can, and facilitating.
2 out of 2. All right. 19 all. Avant sneaked out, gives it up, but they missed their opportunity and reset. Walters driving on all the defenders, loses the rock out of bounds, but Sac apparently will inbound.
And you're seeing 2 good ball cups. You're seeing players like Avant and Walters with the incredible ball handle, and then you're seeing Centennial be disciplined and play great defense.
Trouble on the inbound, snap it in finally Toller, but it's tapped and it rolls out. Nice D on denial there. Jade Harris. Is that right? Jade Thomas, I should say.
Centennial has multiple players with the ability and the length to tip balls and get deflections. That's great.
On top to Walters. We're nearing midway second with 5.5 to go.
Now you're seeing the Centennial Bulldogs in this man-to-man pressure. Walters trying to get to the rim.
A tie-up and a held ball. Excellent defense as that was smothered with 2 hands as she brought it up.
And this is an amazing crowd tonight. You see the gym is full, and this is just for a girls' game. That's impressive.
It is impressive, and worthy corner jump shot. Etheridge got little contact, but no call. Toller 1-on-3. Well, I don't know if you could say that was ill-advised given the defense, but let's take a look.
And sometimes when you're just a good player, great things happen, and you get a great and one there.
Well, she did a beautiful job protecting the ball after she got around Etheridge, but cannot clean up the 3-point play.
And again, you see, and I think this is because they don't have a shot clock in Nevada, you see Centennial just being patient, not trying to force things.
Air ball long, put back try, no, but another foul on the boards again, Deja Phillips.
She is owning it tonight. Crediting that the posts for Sac High are very young, both sophomores, but Phillips is owning it. Easily double-digit rebounds in the first half. She has been impressive, and she knocks that first free throw down.
Ollie Edwards picked up her 3rd foul. Free throw is good, number 1. Knockdown, nice. Phillips ties the ball game.
And that's going to be the difference maker. The team that makes the most free throws is more than likely going to win this game.
Can't argue with that. 4:49, nearing midway second. This one has been wild. Teams are settling down to some measure, but major intensity causing all kinds of problems defensively.
That was a great timeout by Masari. She's seen the double team. She's seen Walters losing it, so she needed to use that one right there really quick.
4:35 to go. We're at midway second quarter in this first of 2 here on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. There you see a good look at head coach Karen White with her Centennial Bulldogs circled around her. And that is a program that has had nothing but phenomenal success.
And that's the difference. If you look at both of these huddles, players are zoned in on coaches. Coaches are very intense, and that's why you see the elite status of both programs.
I bet you that youngster right there is going to play some basketball later. In any case, Walters being badgered on the perimeter by Hatcher. Avent has it taken away by Ebony Walker. 3-on-2. Whistle and a foul. Correction, whistle and a travel. It's a Centennial turnover. I've got the Bulldogs for 8, and I've got the Dragons for 5, 10, 15, 20. No, I'm just kidding. I've got them for 12. Inbound. Wow, nearly a tap away. I'll tell you, quick hands by Etheridge and every one of the Bulldogs. Boy.
This is being true to your style. Coach has 9 fouls on the board, and she still has her players playing physical, playing in your face, still in the man-to-man, and there you see Masari getting on her team because 12 turnovers is a lot of turnovers.
The shot and a miss. One and done after the miss by Harris. Full speed, a kick out. Etheridge down. 3-ball corner pocket.
And that was a great find by Walker. Walker is showing who's the captain and running this show right now. She's pushing it in transition because she has foul trouble, but she's finding her teammates. Toller out of control, but Centennial keeping the pressure, gets a steal right there.
Here's in the lane runner, knocked down sweet by Phillips.
And Phillips has seen, I don't want to get any more charges. I'm going to make adjustment and pull that one up. That was a great soft touch around the rim.
Another near turnover on the loose ball scramble. Avent's got it, misses a wild hook, boards it, put back, cleaned out of there by Phillips.
And Phillips is playing aggressive.
Let's take a look at Phillips right here.
Great floater just over the top. Centennial is coming in, and I think the shot clock is making their speed and their aggressiveness pick up.
I am just so impressed with their on-ball defense in all areas, but especially in the half court. Deep J, not this time by Avent, one and done. Rebound pulled by Walker, shove it up the floor. Etheridge to the trailer, Walker tapped out. Getting a hand on it. That time to save more transition scoring. Iola Harris. Substitution Bulldogs taking a seat. Hatcher at the 3:10 mark. Boy, they've got a nice rotation on that inbound sequence. I can see why they get open. Etheridge sneaks in, misses the tough layup, and Phillips, correction, I should say, Brown, nice effort there, but couldn't hold it. Back on. Hatcher for Centennial. 26-21. Centennial on top by 5 in a very sluggish first half. Down! Well, that helped out the Dragons. Rebecca Brown, her second 3, and they pull within 2.
And they needed that bucket right there.
Into the post, an interception on the lob too high, but the Dragons throw it away. Avent. Let's see, we got Toller returning for Avent for Sac High. Lots of free substitution. The pace has been hectic, and the fouls have created a lot of substitutions. Malone, a miss. Walters, a wild save, and fortunate that it goes to a teammate. Shove it up the floor. A miss on the driving layup by Toller, but she's fouled on the play. The foul called on Ebony Walker. That's 2. Toller rattles one in, and here's how she got to the foul line.
Toller just pushing in execution, finding those sweet spots, and again, same thing, just trying to get it high. And Walters had her body turned right there. So
now on that drive, it's clear that Walker was there, but now watch the defensive presence. Did she foul? She got barreled into after lifting her arm straight up.
And just the turn of the body, that little turn of the body, a little bit of contact, and that's what the ref seemed to give enough. Now the fouls are both over the double bonus, so that is why she got that call.
26 all with 2:15 to go. Phillips a miss with a little shove from behind. Rebound Avent, and they're calling a held ball here.
Still saying Sacramento ball, so that was a good sign on them. But again, Centennial is not taking off this pressure. Still in a full court press. Mano-y-mano.
Push it up the floor. Toller throws wildly. Avent unable to get to it. And again, the pressure forced the poor pass.
And that's the advantage of putting in a full court press. See, Masari is not happy. Coach understanding, and Coach White's happy about that, just forcing something. Maybe not getting a steal, but a turnover is just as good.
Well, you saw Coach White's along that Centennial bench. A bad pass off Phillips' fingertips, a little too much lead there. Avent drive it and miss and draw a foul, most likely to be called on number 30, Taylor.
And Avent has been the difference maker in this first half, putting the ball with a little fake and razzle-dazzle with the left. Getting to the line, she has been impressive in this first half.
Besides Coach Masari's praise of Phillips and Walker in speaking with her a couple of nights ago, the other element about Centennial that she was certainly cautious of, if you want to say it that way, is their pressure.
Absolutely.
And we have seen it. I've got 15 turnovers here for Sac, but I'm sure I missed a few. Avent trying to break a tie.
There you go.
Does with 1 out of 2.
There you go.
And this is the type of ball game we want to see tonight. Close. Wish it wasn't as many fouls, but the game is definitely close. You see Sakai in this 3-2 zone this time. Trying to guard the perimeter.
Nice entry pass right there. Cashed in beautifully that time.
Centennial's patience paying off right there again with the easy bucket.
(28-27), little bit of seesaw here. Centennial by 1. Walters, a kick out. Toller down.
From deep.
More seesaw, 30-28 Sac. And we're starting to see some of Toller now, how she got that 20 a couple of games ago. Let's take a look at Toller coming off that 20 and 10, but Etheridge hits at the stripe after being clobbered.
Masarian trying to instruct her team. She has a full loaded bench of alumni over there, so I know a lot of players are getting a lot of knowledge and wisdom on how to take care of the basketball, because that's going to be crucial to their success.
Foul called on Rebecca Brown, 2 out of 2 there, and guess what? We're tied again. A minute to go in this ball game. Let's see if anyone can take the lead. Walters kick out, a drive and a floater, missed. Nice rebounding by Avent.
Avent showing her dominance all over the court. She's been impressive and continuing to be.
A whistle and a travel as the Bulldogs turn it over unofficially for their 10th time. Let's take a look at Adriana Avent. Walters feeds the corner. A miss there on the runner, but a cleanup job. Very nice.
And Walters has a mismatch right here. Hopefully she takes advantage of it so she can get in some offensive scheme.
32-30. Dragons by 2 with 30 seconds to go in the half. Walters a travel, and a Dragon turnover.
That extra step on the pro hop is what got her into that travel, but still impressed by Centennial. Still in the full court, man-to-man, the whole game.
Into the post. Phillips has a soft touch bucket.
Phillips is owning it in the inside. Hopefully in the next 12 seconds when both teams go in for halftime, they can make an adjustment. Here's Walters with the last handle.
5 seconds. Ryan Walters. Avent. Amazing. Another bank three. And it's the second time she banked in a three-ball on the tough ankle.
And that was a big-time bucket going into half.
Well, this game has warmed up after a horrid first quarter, but right now you couldn't get anybody to leave the gym. So I suggest that you stay put, not wander off, make yourself comfortable, and pull your seatbelt a wee bit tighter. It's going to be a bumpy night. We'll be right back. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to stick here and wait for our colleague Rick Stewart to Shanghai Michelle Masari and have a couple words from the veteran Sac High coach, who has to be feeling a lot better with that lead, but I think we've identified her concerns. Okay, Mr. Stu, what you got?
All right, score 3-point game at halftime. What do you think of the first half you've seen?
We're fighting and we're busting our butt. We're a little tired. We have some people in foul trouble, but like, I love our energy. We took some charges. We need to box out way better, but this is a huge jump for us to go in at halftime up. It's a good morale builder.
What's the one key in the second half to keep the lead?
Box out.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
And,
good luck.
If you have a couple of subs, you know, so we don't get tired, we got to keep each other fresh. So when your number's called, you just have to be ready.
Well, we do have a sub up there in the broadcast booth. She used to wear number 31.
But her eligibility's up.
Good luck, Coach. All right, we'll be back after this break. Will, Lauren?
Well, thank you very much, Rick. We've got a doozy on our hands tonight. Right now, Dragons by 3, but I imagine things will intensify even more when we come back for third quarter action. Stay with us.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh, no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
All right, you can see the score there, 32-31. Sacramento ahead of Centennial's Bulldogs. I'm here with Shannon Wheatley, principal here at Sacramento Charter School. Tell me what's going on campus. I mean, we got a great atmosphere here for the game. We'll get to that, but how about other things on campus?
Well, we just kicked off the beginning of our second term, and we've got all of our students in their classes, and we're looking forward to this spring. So we've got, obviously, a lot of our students are taking AP classes. A lot of our students are getting ready for the SATs and the ACTs. We're a college preparatory school, so that's our #1 priority. And in addition to that, we have fun events like this. We've got our sports. We have different clubs and activities on campus. So we just kicked off our first week here, and we're excited about continuing doing great things at the school.
Just for those who don't know, what's the enrollment here?
So we take students, we're a public open enrollment charter school. We have just about under 800 students, and we serve mainly Oak Park, but because of our reputation and because of the good work of our teachers and our scholars, we do attract kids and families that want to be a part of it. So we're an open enrollment, we have a lottery system, and we're really excited because we know that every single year we keep prepping our kids for college. And just to give you an example, already the class of 2018, we have over 95% of our seniors who already have earned their 4-year acceptance into college.
Wow, that's outstanding.
We're very proud. And so, you know, we take a big focus on that, but then we also know that high school is important too. So I think what's great about our school is we're small enough, we're intimate enough to provide that personalized education, but then we still have these great high school things that make high school fun. So.
Now, rumor has it there's like some construction going to happen here soon, maybe football-wise? Am I hearing things correct?
I can't necessarily comment on that, but what I can tell you is that we've got some of the hardest working kids here in Sacramento. We got a lot of families that are doing great things and providing for their kids. And if there are any sort of facilities, things coming down the way, I can't think of a better school and a better group of kids to get provided for.
Now, how long have you been here on campus with Sacramento?
Yep, this is my second 2.5 years. I came in previously as a chief of schools managing all of our campuses, and then there was an opening for the principal role, and I was a principal before in Houston, Texas, and decided to step back in and be a part of what's happening here. And I work with a great team of teachers, I work with a great team of administrators, and we're really excited about the progress that we've made this year and know that all this hard work is wonderful. And it's like we tell our staff, you know, if this were easy, everyone would be doing it, and our staff has bought in and committed to our mission too.
Shannon, it's always a pleasure talking with you at halftime of whatever sport we're talking about. Wonderful. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. 35-32 is the score. We'll be right back with a Centennial High coach.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Alrighty, 32-35 is the score with Sacramento High leading the Centennial Bulldogs. Coach White's first half impression.
Well, not happy with my team at all, obviously. I mean, we got 16 turnovers. I had both my point guards on the bench with 3 fouls each. It's obvious we didn't come in focused, but, you know, at this point in time, they're going to have to figure it out. We talked about it at halftime.
But this is a type of a team in Sacramento, but where you are, that any team is coming in with, you know, you got a target on your back.
Absolutely. And like I said, I'm disappointed in them. I'm disappointed that we came in here and this is our display that we have for the fans. But hopefully the girls will pick it up. We'll turn it around and have a better second half, because that was not our team, I can tell you that.
What's the one key you have to do in the second half?
Well, the main thing we got to do is play together. Like, I was really stunned that we did not play together. We didn't share the ball. We talk about that all the time, and that's not going to work. It's not going to win you bigger ball games.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Thanks for spending time. All right, we're going to send it to a 30-second break. 35-32 is the score. Sacramento in the lead over Centennial.
Maria, so how's work?
It was fourth period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bell and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool.
Well, we are just about ready for second half action here from Sacramento High School's Hotel Pavilion. This is the first of two tonight on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. And we have a game that is continuing to have the heat turned up with Lauren Goodman. I'm Will James in a crazy first half, Lauren. But it developed into a tight ball game late in the second quarter, and we've got a good one on our hands now at 35-32 Sac.
We do. These teams came ready to play, and there's been a lot of energy. Hopefully both teams can make their adjustments at halftime, and then we can see a doozy of a game.
Corner jumper on the way. A miss by Etheridge, rebounded by Phillips, who has it poked away but saves it. Etheridge missed the layup at point blank range and called for a charge. Stepping out and taking it, Harris, and that is number, well, Etheridge has just picked up her third foul. So Lauren, two starters for the Bulldogs with 3, and 3 players for Sac with 3.
It's going to be a long ball game tonight, and it's going to be the battle of the free throws. We talked about that in the first half.
Walters, swing it. Avent has it stripped away. It looked like someone was doing a pull-up on her arm, but no call.
And again, you're going to see, hopefully, the refs make adjustments to the way the players are playing. Phillips with a great drive, but just short.
A save, it goes to Phillips, and the Bulldogs reload. Wow-wee, what is going on out here tonight? A wild shot on a shove from behind, but the Bulldogs maintain possession somehow out of a wild scramble.
Seems like the ball has a little bit of oil or something on it, because nobody can contain it or remain with any type of possession.
If you take a look at Coach White's over there for Centennial, she might have to use my phrase that I've seen enough to know that I've seen too much. But we got a long ways to go as Etheridge misses from deep range. A save, but grabbed by the Dragons up the floor. Shaky Walters. Avent. Challenged and misses short. Nice offensive offside board. And the putback results in a foul as Gomez had nice position.
And that was probably the first offensive rebound for Sac High. So they need to keep that presence around. When you're shooting a lot of 3 balls, there's a lot of rebounds and potential putbacks. So that was a good first start of the second half.
A miss on number 1. Amaya, I should say Murray Gomez, has some nice compliments coming from Coach Massari as a productive player off the bench for her squad. 1 out of 2 from there, her first point of the game. Incidentally, that was foul number 2 on Phillips. In close.
And Phillips just finding all the ways to get around the basket, whether it's defensively or offensively. She is being an X factor tonight for Coach White's.
36-34, sacked by 2.
Nice attack by number 23, Ryan Walters.
Gomez out. into the ball game for Sac, Ollie Edwards.
We're seeing a lot of rotations by both teams. I know fouls are contributing, but at this point in the game, hopefully you would let some of your top players get some rhythm and get it going.
That's DJ Kent.
Number 15, Aaliyah Harris.
Well, Harris, a big 3 ball as the Dragons stretch out. 39-34 in the key. Short J missed. Fight for the board, out of bounds to the Bulldogs. Nice interior play by Deja Phillips.
It's definitely a tone being set. Centennial's trying to get to the rim, and Sac High's trying to shoot the 3 ball. Walker with great position there.
Another miss in close by Ebony Walker. Look at that offensive board work again by Phillips. That tandem right there is too tough.
Phillips is finding all ways to be around the boards and get it in. I know Walker's trying to get back in rhythm from the first half, but Harris is definitely dominating. Phillips dominating the boards tonight. Dominating.
We're nearing midway third. 39-34 Dragons. The runner back home sweep.
And that's all she needed. Walters needs to get in some type of rhythm here so that she can be the presence that she is the big dog on campus.
Well, she's their top gun, but wow, look at that high off the board shot by Isbell.
Isbell's been impressive tonight as well with just her composure and her defensive presence.
A lot of hard contact involving Phillips of Centennial. Avent will be at the Sac foul line. She had a whale of a first quarter with 17 points that featured 4 3 balls, and really her gunning was what turned things around late in the second quarter.
Absolutely. She's been kind of that X factor why Walters has been off, and you see Masari trying to get her guards into that drive kick so they don't get in that more foul trouble, especially for Walters, whose game is penetration.
Avent with a miss on number 1. Substitution Bulldogs as Ebony Walker will take a seat at the end of the Centennial bench.
And this is a good one for all our young viewers. Stay ready. Coaches are rotating and having players in. There's been multiple subs tonight. Another rotation. There's Avent. Couldn't get it.
Wow, Phillips shook loose, missed the floater, but drew a foul.
Nice shot at 215. Deja Phillips, shoot it to you.
And Deja Phillips is just showing tenacity tonight. And
well, let's see how she got herself up there. Phillips scoops it and takes on Harris.
And that's impressive. You see it more in the girls' game in high school, but her ability to put the ball on the ground, and she's playing post right now or forward for them, is definitely going to give her an advantage. Coach White's already said she's getting definitely looks from D1 programs. So her ability to put the ball on the ground is even more impressive to what she's doing on the boards.
Well, if I ever saw 2 players that were bookend forwards, it's definitely Phillips and Walker. That is just a tremendous tandem. But here's Walters to the corner, and Toller has her shot slapped by who?
Phillips. She's finding her way to be everywhere on the floor. Now she's recorded a block. She's just doing everything.
Coach Masari looking on right now. Her Dragons are up 3, and a miss inside close, but excellent rebounding by Walters. Fire a 3, down.
And she said, this is my gym. I know every spot in here. Found the floor. Then she comes back and gets a tip in deflection. That's what the big players want to see.
44-38 after the Walters 3. As we near mid-third, Isbell to the corner. Etheridge feed low. Down.
Great reverse.
Bigby with the bucket, or was that Phillips?
And you see Centennial, I'm going to keep bringing highlight to this. They don't have a shot clock in Nevada, and they are controlling their composure tonight.
Toller, lots of dribble. Feed the cutter. A whistle and a foul on the miss by Gomez, but she'll get herself to the line.
And that was a great cut. The player you said coming off the bench, just doing the intangibles, way to get the backdoor cut and then get to the free throw line.
Jade Thomas with the foul for Centennial. So Gomez drops number 1. Substitutions have been free flowing all game for both squads. There's Phillips to the Centennial bench.
A lot of that is attributed to the 20 fouls in the first half. Definitely is affecting your rotation right now on both sides of the floor.
46-40, Dragons by half a dozen. Isbell, a ball fake. Inside, Walker kicks out, and Etheridge has the 3-ball.
And it's impressive. As soon as they make a shot, they get right on the defensive end and ready to play.
Avent to the corner, a whistle and a foul, and Avent may be hurt.
The crowd is excited about that one. Hopefully Avent can get back up.
She took a hard fall, rolled around for a while, and you see her trying to walk it off. Let's take another look. Well, I do believe it was Ebony Walker that was the other half of that.
See, she immediately grabbed the ankle, so I think she twisted it there. Just trying to tie it back up. Those actually happen a lot in women's basketball, just the little tweaks and turns like that. They're going to give her a quick blow right here so she can get that shoe together because they definitely need her on the floor.
So Avent out, Toller in, baseline inbound from the Dragons. They're up 3 with 3.5 to go. Flip side of quarter number 3. Walters with the rock. A whistle.
Masari wants that one back.
They're going to call Gomez, I think, for a moving screen.
And White's kind of just sitting back, watching the flow. She's kind of taking a chill pill right now and kind of letting her team just play a little more fluent.
We got 3.5 to go. Feed low. The chippy missed and the putback missed, but a foul. Good initial entry by Walker.
The Dragons' resilience, even though they are the smaller team tonight, they've been playing hard. That was kind of just a doozy foul right there on the second chance.
Well, that doesn't bother Taylor. That would be Taylor Bigby. Hits the first and the second, but it may be disallowed on a lane violation. Oh, we'll see how big that point is. And they're going to call Isbell for stepping in. So it's only 1 out of 2, despite both being made, on a violation that did not affect the play.
And again, you see Centennial, whether they turn the ball over, make a bucket, miss a bucket, they're picking up in full court and they're applying tremendous pressure. See Becca Brown with it, can't handle it, tries to give it back to Walters. She's almost getting double teamed.
Left arm shove off there. Saw it from up here, no call. Wild runner, a miss. What'd you see there, Coach?
And that was a charge that I definitely wish both players could get back.
Well, they're showing 3 fouls on Walters, and I know she had 3 in the first half, so I guess I got to go back to school. 3-minute mark, third quarter, 2-point game. Dragons by 2.
The Dragons stand committed to their zone.
Tremendous contact in there with no calls, and a power layup finally wiggles in for Walker.
Walker is now getting back in the groove. That may be a lead to bucket for her.
Well, let's take another look at her effort here and see if she gets bumped.
Oh, that's one foul right there, for sure. And there's another one.
Yep.
But she still keeps pushing.
That's why Coach White's was not just off the bench, but on the court.
And this young lady is back to the free throw line again because now Sacramento High School is in the bonus.
Well, if they're saying that's the third foul on Etheridge, then I really got to go back for more education because I had her for 3 already. They don't get the bonus, a miss by Toller.
And she's going full head of steam to the basket.
That was a screaming layup right there. Wow. That was something. Speed to burn. Avent down.
Avent with a great response.
Avent taps it out of bounds to the Bulldogs.
And sometimes it's like that, Will. You know, big-time players are the attention people on the scouting reports. So the players that are coming off the bench or making adjustments, those are the players that usually have breakout games tonight, and you see Avent showing it all over the floor.
Before the inbound, whistles are going to halt the play.
I think there's too many players on the floor right now.
Should they have halted the play there? Or
absolutely not, Will.
They should have been a technical foul, right?
There's a little home cooking here.
That type of courtesy now. And there you see Coach White saying, what are you doing allowing them to do that? Inside, Walker says, thank you very much.
And that confusion right there from the Sakai bench gave Walters that wide open look.
A go-ahead bucket, 50-49. Centennial back by 1. Some seesaw. Pull up Jay on the way. A miss, but Isbell can't hold it.
And this is just a battle of 2 big dogs, and you're going to have to be a little bit more disciplined. They got 2 minutes left in this third, but you're going to see some impressive plays like you just did right there by Walker, putting that powerful dribble on the ground and finishing. And you're going to see something down here as you look at the Sakai bench. They're all in tune to the game.
High lob comes in, deflected, but salvage there by Brown.
And that's the person they want to get going right now. If they can get Brown some open looks.
The runner slapped out of there and grabbed, and a bump at the sideline for a foul. Obvious foul.
And you can tell in the locker room, Coach White's wanted to make an adjustment defensively, and they have definitely made a presence. Getting blocks, taking charges, getting tips, getting deflections. That's what great defense looks like.
Isbell cautiously belt-high dribble into the front court now for the Bulldogs with 1:40 to go in the third. Anybody's game. Got a whistle on the drive as she split 2 Dragons. Avent was one, but the other Dragon was McMillan, and they're showing Walters finally now with 4 fouls, but I don't even know if she was in on the play, but she goes to the bench. 4 fouls on Ryan Walters, and they cannot afford to have her out of the ball game.
And you see the refs going here now. A little bit more of that home cooking. Masari's talked to the refs, and now they may make an adjustment on the foul.
Wow, wow-wee, home cooking. Now another special conference here, as you see on our monitor, for you folks at home, and host head coach Michelle Masari now going to make a substitution.
And it makes sense, Will. You want your best player, obviously, to not be in foul trouble.
Coach White's taking exception to that again.
And I think she understands as she travels a lot. Her team is a powerhouse program. She knows that she's not going to always get it her way. Still fiery, but may not go her way.
Here's Etheridge. A runner falls short, put back, down.
And that's great hustle. They're doing the intangibles. There's no reason why they're ranked, because they are doing the intangibles tonight.
Centennial, a 6-time state champion in Nevada. I think they call that the Euro step.
And that was a nasty up and under, and they're giving her more leverage. That's what Walters is good at.
Inside, tough luck missed by Phillips, but she strips it away and steals it.
And draws a foul to get to the free throw line.
Wow. Discipline does not always mean a penalty, or it's about remaining composed in times of stress, and there's plenty of stress out there right now. Isbell sits down for the Bulldogs.
And you can tell both teams in the score, but you can tell by both teams they're just composed. This is what powerhouses do. They know how to play. Sakai putting in the presence, and Centennial is just matching that energy tonight that the Dragons are giving. That was another offensive rebound that Centennial got to grab. They just weren't fortunate to get it.
52-51. Visiting Centennial up 1 over host Sacramento.
And now you see Centennial putting the bigger Walker on the inbound to cause some type of confusion, and I definitely looking into that. You will have some problems getting the ball in, but they take it easy.
Walters pushes, kicks it. Avent takes on 3 defenders. Is not going to get that foul call. Well defended. Up the floor, nice control there. Beautiful job right there, very impressive. Well, I'll tell you.
Big B has been doing the difference maker tonight with just those little putbacks, grabbing the ball and controlling it in inside presence. Centennial is doing what they're good at, scoring in the inside.
A shot and a miss, 1 and done. Here comes Walker through traffic, pull-up jumper, down by the lefty, her first points of the game. Thomas, a big 3, and suddenly a 6-point lead with 8 seconds to go. Trouble on the inbound, stolen.
And you see it getting louder in here as the game gets more physical. It's still filling up as we get closer to that 7 o'clock showdown. But this is a ball game. Hope everybody's enjoying it at home.
Excellent crowd out here tonight at Sakai, filling up Hotel Pavilion. Inbound lob out of bounds. Turnover. Coach White's will gratefully take a rest after tonight's action. They have a 3-game road trip up here from Las Vegas. Tonight they play nationally ranked St. Mary's as we see the third quarter end here. 57-51. Centennial, a late burst in the third to take the lead. Do not go away. We'll be right back.
$50 over $90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Has been turned up again here at Sakai, here on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Powerhouse action here as Centennial of Las Vegas up 6 to open the fourth quarter over host Sacramento with Lauren Goodman and Rick Phillips. I should say Rick Stewart. I'm Will James and very happy to have you. Here's a corner J on the way. Nothing but net for Etheridge.
And Centennial has got it going here. The last few buckets, they've been going on a run. Hopefully these Dragons can match the energy. I know they have the players to.
Walters working with 4 fouls. Conley pulls up and hits a J.
And that's why she's so highly touted around the country, because she has that ability to change the game. Here's Isabel with the 3.
Yes, it is on the feed from Walker.
And now Coach White wants a timeout here. And there's only can be one adjustment that she needs is the intensity. She wants no easy buckets right now. And I definitely know she wants a clear victory. So she's getting on her team about defense. And you see the Dragon huddle right now, they're giving up too many easy buckets. Too many easy buckets.
Good ball movement by Centennial. Part of that success, but moving back to that partial comment earlier, Coach White has brought her Bulldogs up here to face Sackeye tonight. Tomorrow they go to Stockton to face St. Mary's. And then on Monday night, they're taking on Harvard Westlake in that same Martin Luther King tournament there.
And this is not Coach White's first rodeo, so she understands the pressures of each game, and those are highly touted ball games. And Walker gets a nasty block right there.
Well, I'll tell you, Ebony Walker, though she hasn't had her scoring average tonight, has done some very impressive work for Coach White. Walters, a slight shove off there, separating.
And you see Sackeye with some offensive execution trying to get Walters the ball because she is their Showtime player. There's Brown, but just can't hit.
Push it hard, 2 and 2. There's the pull-up, missed, and Rebecca has the rebound.
And the crowd is giving her some wreck for that air ball.
Wild miss by Toller. Full speed, here comes Etheridge. Down. 65-53, suddenly Centennial pulling away, and it's a timeout. Let's take a look at UNLV bound Etheridge. Justice Etheridge lets the defense flow by and has a nice soft underhand cupcake for two.
Coach White's here. I think she wants her team to be efficient. At this point of the game, you have a quarter left, and you got to be ready to do those intangibles. She's showing her team things that they probably have practiced on 100 times, and just wanting that execution right now in the final moments when it matters. And in that Dragon huddle, this was a timeout by the Dragons. They needed this full timeout just to resettle. They got to get the game back under control before it gets too loose, because Centennial is not looking like they want to stop right now with the pressure.
Well, if we get another brief look at that Centennial bench, it's altogether proper to identify Coach White's longtime assistant coach for 25 years, Cassandra Adams. And I don't know of any other coaching partnership on the high school level that is extended for 25.
And you see that great tandem and rhythm, and then look at the defense by Centennial. Walters trying to regulate, get some ankles right there, and it gets a wide open bucket.
They beat the press, and Gomez has a layup.
Fans are ecstatic right now. Centennial swinging it.
Corner J, nothing but money, and it could be a 4-point play as Etheridge bangs home another three.
Etheridge is being the difference maker, and we call this the D1 sauce right here. She has it. She's just finding different ways and intangibles to get to the bucket.
Let's take a look one more time. Here's the setup. Isbell to the corner. I didn't see the foul by Avent, and I'd have an expression just like that myself.
And that's the new thing. This is the love of three-ball era. So you got to let that shooter come down. Even if it's a little bit, you got to let her come all the way down to the ground, and that's what they saw right there. 4-point play.
That was always one of your many attributes, is great vision. A wild pass out of bounds through the Centennial bench. On the play, Walters took a hard fall. That was kind of a...
And knowing this gym floor, and as old as it is, every time you hit it, you feel it for sure.
Well, Gomez sits down. They say that the foul was called. Well, I'm going to wait for a clarification. In any case, Taylor Bigby, I guess, picked up the foul, but we got Walters at the stripe, who's having a good second half. And bonus time.
And Walters doing the intangibles. She's definitely a nationally ranked player for her age group. She is being the difference maker right now, and that's kind of the big part about high school basketball. Come to the fourth quarter, it's about the big time players having big time games.
Okay, up the floor, lose the dribble out of bounds, and it's a turnover as Taylor Bigby just lost the handle. (69-56).
And a big part of this next 5 minutes is how Sac High handles
the intangibles. They're calling.
No.
Wait now, let's see if. Certainly our first concern. Our first concern is the condition now here at Toller. And that was
clean block.
Clean block, but heavy contact while she was in the air, and that's why she took such a hard fall. There was a similar play also involving Walker in the first half that we called attention to, where you know, these are strong, aggressive, physical forwards.
And if I'm looking right, they are tending to the top part of her body, so hopefully that neck.
Do we have a replay on that play? Yeah, one more, thanks. Well, unfortunate, and certainly our best thoughts are going out to Toller here. Upper body contact after the block, and a hard foul. But we do have, yes, we have more coming up. There's always another game, and do we have one for you for your local fans? This is a crosstown rivalry that has gone back a long way, and it doesn't need any extra juice to renew the intensity of it.
Absolutely not. I have had the pleasure to participate in this rivalry, and so I understand. You see the gym is still filling up. Not a lot of seats, probably standing room only, and these two teams are going to put on a show for us.
The Burbank Titans under veteran head coach Lindsey Farrell, and Sacramento guided by longtime assistant to Derek Swafford, and now in his second year as the head coach, Earl Allen. And these teams know each other, and we're expecting another delightful main course here in the nightcap. Yes. You know, replays are great because when you have multiple cameras, you get multiple angles, and our crew is on it. Here it is from the side. Better angle, really, to see this. Boom, on the chest, on the back, and on back of head on the whiplash. And
that's where it is there. I think that's our number one concern, especially as coaches and spectators, is that head concussion hit, and she definitely hit her head. She's standing up right now, and that's what we want to see.
Well, she's going to have a hangover because that was a hard blast. She'll need to have every single precautionary maneuver applied to her. When speaking with Coach Whites, she emphasized just in casual conversation 3 or 4 times how athletic and how physical and how aggressive her team is, and especially she cited those forwards.
See the fans definitely acknowledging Lauren Toller getting up right now. She looks like she is in a doozy, and hopefully they will take care of her with their concussion protocol.
Yes, I would think that she's finished for the night. And they should actually, you know, right now immediately start applying all precautionary attention.
Absolutely. And that was what we were just talking about on the Walters foul, is this floor is over 150 years old. So it is hard as a brick. And every little bit of contact, fall, slip, bump is affected. We have something going on here with the refs.
There you see Toller, but if we get the look at midcourt, another issue brought to bear by the shouting Karen Whites of Centennial. We have 2 of our officials conferring at the foul line, but she has raised a point here that has necessitated this clarification. Now with Coach Massari.
Now on the last call, I will be in defense of Coach White's and probably why she's frustrated right now. There was no contact. Toller lost the ball before, but Deja Walker picked that foul up, and that was her 4th. So that was very pivotal in the game.
I couldn't agree more, and there's a clunker of a free throw.
Now the confusion on that last play, Avant was already in the game, so she was not allowed to shoot the free throws. They needed to bring in a new sub for Toller since she was out. And now that's what's happening here with Aaliyah Harris shooting the free throws.
1 out of 2. Thank you for that clarification. 5:45, early 4th, and this game is intense right now.
Absolutely. Both teams playing very hard, very physical. And you see Walker trying to get on that bottom end.
Isbell bumped, shoved.
And Walter showing that presence. You see the Dragons all over it, diving on the ground right there. That was great hustle by both teams.
It was, and in a split second, if I was that Centennial player, I wouldn't have dove.
And now we have another player down for the Dragons. I think Avant ran into the chair on that dive, and now she's laid out.
Let's take a look if we can get that. You know, it looked like a 50-50 ball, but it looked like the Centennial player may have had a better spot on the floor, and it could be said that not chasing that play may have been a good thing. Here's the play from behind as we're back to action with 5:19 to go. Whistle and a stoppage again, and a foul.
And if you can see towards that Centennial bench, it was cramps. That's another young player, Avant. But now you see Isabel to the free throw line, an inadvertent foul by Gomez.
That's 5. She's a goner. She plays hard, and she'll have better days, but she's been exiled with 5:18 to go. Fouls piling up from the outset as Isbell drops number 1.
And now this is a crucial part in the game for Centennial and the Sac Dragons, because Centennial is now scoring with the clock being off. And that could be the difference maker of getting back in the game, and Centennial has to take advantage of them scoring at the free throw line.
14-point lead, the largest of the night. A running hook pops off long. 3 Bulldogs to rebound. Etheridge, after a shaky first half, has played wonderfully for her team in the second half. Want to remind you that at the conclusion of the game, we're going to announce the players of the game. Isbell on the left-handed flip.
And that was way too easy. You see Speedy here with the handle. Becca Brown, hopefully she can get into some offensive rhythm because she has been out of the loop, picked up some early fouls.
Substitution after substitution. Harris out, coming on. Jaden Mallory, who's had limited playing time, now into the ball game.
And you see Massari trying to get the Dogs going because the Dragons definitely have potential to play great and finish this ball game out and win.
Drive, dish, and a missed floater, all glass. 4:25 to go as we near midway 4th.
And you see Centennial going into their bag of tricks. Nevada does not have a shot clock, and so now they're just being patient and swinging the ball, working the ball, and taking what they get. Here's a 3 from the lefty.
Nice run down by Etheridge. Go again, a miss. 0 for 2 from out there.
Great rebound by Rebecca Brown to give it to Walters. She push in transition with a little fancy dribble, but she's just short.
A steal and a drive. Tough luck, but nice effort that time as the defense came through for Sac. McMillan with the pilfer and to the stripe to shoot 1-and-1.
That was a great punch out by Walters. Even though she missed the shot, she still had the second chance in intangibles, and that's what I want everybody watching at home to see. The big-time players are doing the difference makers, diving on the floor.
All right, let's take a look.
Speedy just trying to get to the rim. And just a little bump on the body. But the Dragons will take whatever they can get right now to get back in the game.
They just got a bonus free throw now. 73-59.
And you're going to see this slow pace from Centennial, walking the ball up, taking their time. They are not worried about the shot clock at all, and they get what they want.
Isabel! Woo-wee, right through the D.
And she is just now taking over in this fourth quarter.
75-59, Walters misses the fadeaway. Flat foot rebound, grabbed by Ebony Walker. 3:19 to go. We've had some terrific performances tonight for the visitors. Etheridge and Walker, as we see the corner three. A pair of threes in the second half for Thomas. You know, Phillips has been tremendous. Isbell, a terrific second half. And Ebony Walker, what a presence. For Sac High, Avent, there's 3 steps, but it's going to be a foul call.
That was a great aggressive foul to get her in some rhythm right now. And a great job for Sac High getting to the line because they're in the double bonus and the clock is stopping. So they need to put the pedal to the metal and try to get to that rim so they can stop the clock a little bit more.
A miss and a rebound, 78-59.
And again, you just see Centennial in just patience. Coach White just gives Isabel the great light to just go to the rim right now. She was short on that one.
Wow.
But then guess who got the rebound?
Phillips has been dynamite all night long.
And Coach Masari at this point is letting some new players get in on the floor. Everybody usually gets an opportunity to see some green light when we're in the building, and that's great to see.
2:29, here's Walters taking on 2 defenders, and she's got the layup.
And she could do that all day. All day. Centennial giving us a little execution right here. And one.
Right on.
Good.
Etheridge here at the line. And she has been the difference maker in this second half. Converts on the and one.
81-61. This one got out of control very, very fast, but Walters draws a foul.
And I know she wishes she can have that one back. She's just been struggling from the line all day. You see a lot of players from Sac High grabbing the calves, and that's just showing that this is an intense game and that they're playing hard, probably a little dehydrated. I know they had a big.
Wow, look at that. Avent. Gee whiz.
Sac High keeps it back. Brown. And they're giving that second effort for the Dragons.
Minute 45, Avent launches, short this time from deep range, garbage time, and a hard collision at midcourt, time out Centennial. Well, the sputtering giant definitely was awakened. But I have to credit Michelle Massari's Sakai Dragons for, despite having probably a season high in turnovers and committed fouls, they were in this ball game for more than 3 quarters.
And Coach White's just given the general look at her team right now because she still has high expectations. We talked about it earlier. They have some battles coming up in the next 3 days. So she is definitely not settling just for the win. She wants her team to be all the way put together.
She does. And to be more specific, tomorrow evening, they will be in that Martin Luther King tournament in Stockton to face St. Mary's. Inside layup, beautifully cashed in.
And that was a great play by design from the Bulldogs.
Here's his turnover. Transition, a bump, a save, and control. Malone. Wow, dribble through traffic and kick out. Malone, corner J, falls short. Flat foot rebound, Avent with a minute to go.
Avent gonna give us a little razzle-dazzle here, get some contact to get to the line.
Well, she's had a splendid game, and the further Sac fell behind, the further out she started taking her threes, and plus fatigue was also a factor there too. But when she's got her feet set, dynamite.
And you just got to think, these ball clubs are filled with juniors and sophomores. So they are not losing a lot, and they are going to just continue to building and building. So the future is looking bright, not only for Sac High, but the Centennial Bulldogs as well.
No kidding. Look to the future for both of these ball clubs. And as you mentioned, youth dominating both rosters. It's an amazing demonstration that Coach White's got this performance after losing 8 seniors to graduation.
Very impressive, but that also shows you both coaches just have great coaching histories and legacies, a lot of years. See a little scramble here.
Malone.
And you can see she's in to do her job, and that's knocked down threes. She's gotten 2 open looks, and she's 1 for 2 for the last 2.
And
Avent going to grab the rim right there.
For the evening, Malone has a pair of threes, 1 on each half. And their 3-ball shooting was atrocious in the first half. They missed their first 8, but since then, they've been down.
Like we said, both teams just young. See right here, you got Harris, a sophomore, on the floor. They're going to only grow and get better. And this loss is not going to stop Massari and the Dragons. Trust me, they are going to have a rooting for the next team that they play.
Oh, yeah. Nice offensive rebounding. A 3rd try and another miss. Crashed the board. Who wants it? Here's Malone, the diminutive, the shortest player on the court with 9 seconds to go. And this one is in the bag.
That's the ball game.
A overwhelming second half flurry by nationally ranked Centennial. The second half performance certainly living up to all of the advanced billing and the press clippings and so forth. Quality, elite. And for Michelle Massari's Dragons, they're getting there. They had their moments, and we see the good sportsmanship across the way. Now don't wander off. We're going to come back in just a bit and reveal the players of the game in our opener, and then brace ourselves for the nightcap coming up with the boys, Burbank and Sac. Don't go away.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul,
Estimated time 47 hours.
they will beg,
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
they will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, Don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Well, the verdict is in, and the decision is final this evening in the opener of our twin bill here on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. But what a treat it was in a battle of high-powered girls basketball teams. And from Las Vegas, Nevada, 6-time state champion Centennial showed it when they needed to and broke open a tight game and won going away by a final count of 86-62. And Lauren Goodman, we saw a list of things that were outstanding in tonight's play from both ball clubs.
Absolutely we did. I thought that the Dragons came out with the intensity like the Dragons do. Michelle Masari definitely had her ball club ready to play. Vets in position to do great things. Even though they started off a little slow, they came out very, very strong and had Centennial on the ropes. Centennial just made an adjustment at the second half, and they kind of just said, hey, this is the powerhouse. I got to go push it to the next level. I got to go ahead and show that I'm the top-ranked player in the city. So
well, it's time to reveal now who we selected as our players of the game, and I don't think anybody could argue too much about these selections. What performances by UNLV-bound Justice Etheridge, who finished tonight's ball game after a slow start with 24 points, and 3-ball gunning Adriana Avent with 21 in the game, and the 5 threes were crucial for Sacramento sticking around.
absolutely, these two players definitely stepped up and put in a doozy for us and showed why they are players of the game tonight.
Well, Access Sacramento and the Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew wish to extend their deep appreciation to the Sacramento High School administration, particularly to Athletic Director Jim Scheibel, for their cooperation and assistance with the broadcast arrangements for this television production. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week is a special sports presentation of Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. For Lauren Goodman and Rick Stewart, I'm Will James. Thanks for joining us, and don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission.